So my first question is, what amendments are the Bill of Rights? I'm asking anybody. Is this y'all live here? Y'all want to call yourself Americans? You should know this. No. The First Amendment is one of them, but what amendments consist of the Bill of Rights? Yes, amendments. The first 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights. So write this down. See how nobody got that. This is the reason why you, in theory, have the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, the freedom of fair and speedy trial, the freedom to not incriminate yourself. If you get arrested, people, don't be dumb. You don't have to say nothing. All you have to say is, I take my Fifth Amendment. And they cannot do nothing legally against you. Just say Fifth and you're good. That is the best legal advice I gave you for free. And all I'm asking for, you got to pay attention. If you get arrested or you get stopped and you don't want to say nothing, you think you might incriminate yourself, say Fifth, you are taking your Fifth Amendment right, which is part of the Bill of Rights. Is everybody hear what I just told them?
Yeah, wait till you get a lawyer. Don't talk to anybody.
Especially you being minors, just say 5 and you are good. They cannot do nothing. They can get mad at you, do whatever. Just keep saying 5. They cannot legally do anything. Yeah, and guess what? And like Ms. Gary said, you need your parents and lawyer, but also this is what I'm saying. This from I'm a lawyer. I'm saying it from perspective. Well, I see a lot of clients I used to have get a problem with. They say words, they end up messing them up because it's like a soundbite. You can be twisted. You can't twist 5. It's a number. Is everybody got me on that? You can't twist. What did the person say? 5. What are you gonna say? He said 5, 5, 5. Just keep saying 5. You're gonna be clear and safe. The police officer gonna get pissed. But they got nothing to do with you. They can't do nothing to you legally, at least. Have I got me on that? Damn, I just gave you some good hustle.
Someone who's new, would it be a very easy or very difficult case?
If someone what?
If someone was mute and all they could do is communicate in
sign language. The question is like, would be it for me, from looking at it from the legal perspective, if I'm defending a new person that can't say nothing, it makes it a lot easier because you can't use their words against them. The worst thing that can go against you is your own mouth. Our mouth gets us in trouble, and this is the case right here. But it was added to the Constitution to give more freedom to the people. Has everybody got me on that? So again, this is what y'all should be writing down. The Bill of Rights was adopted to give more freedoms to the people. They did not want to have all the power in government. This is being recorded for you guys too. It gave us the people more rights and took some of the power away from the federal government. Okay.
Yeah, remember the anti-federalists didn't want to approve the Constitution until.
So you got the Bill of Rights.
They wanted those rights in place before they signed off on the Constitution.
Which goes to the turning point of that as well. You had the chief people writing it was Alexander Hamilton and James Madison. Those are the 2 big names that really helped write the Bill of Rights. th Amendment. What did the 13th Amendment do? I'm not saying it. Y'all gotta tell me this one. Like, these are some ones y'all should just know. Say it again. Yeah, 13th Amendment ended slavery except for punishment of a crime. The 13th Amendment ended slavery except for punishment of a crime. In other words, if you're deemed criminal, what can happen to you? You can go to jail, but then you can put in slavery. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying it in that particular sense because I'm talking about Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret has been for a while, not so much now, one of the most notorious uses of slave labor in the sense of using inmates to make their products. Until really like the most recent, like the last 5 years or so. Okay. 14th Amendment, that gave all citizens rights. So that means, y'all remember the Dred Scott decision? Yes, no? Dred Scott happened right before the Civil War. Dred Scott was a slave. His master moved to a free area. Dred Scott then went in front of the Supreme Court and said, because I moved to a free area, I should be free. Supreme Court said, wait, you're not a citizen. 14th Amendment fixes that. It's now saying if you're born in the United States, you're a citizen, period. And you have all the rights that's given to all citizens. Y'all with me? Fifteenth Amendment, what did that do? Yes, all men have voting rights. Check, you should have been speaking all class, bro. All right. Yes, 15th Amendment now gave all men the right to vote. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. All right. These are some ones you might not know as well. These be your progressive amendments. You got the 16th Amendment. Now, keep this in mind. You guys got to take government next year to graduate as well, so I'm kind of giving y'all a leg up on that too, okay? Yeah, you got to take U.S. government next year, 12th grade. So this might help you. This might help you guys out as well. But it's important to take U.S. government because you guys live in the United States and the government dictates everything going on with you. For example, 16th Amendment is the reason why we pay freaking income taxes. What are income taxes? Everything. You pay a tax on water, gas, food. I mean, for all practical purposes, you pay a tax on air.
When you die, your,
That sucks.
money gets taxed, what is it called?
Yeah.
When you leave your heirs have to pay tax on your debt.
Yeah, even when you die, you still pay taxes. Think about that, how crazy that is. Even in death, you still paying the government taxes. But yet we never complain about that. I'm not telling y'all to complain. I'm just saying. We fought a whole war about taxes and yet we pay it. And that's because of the 16th Amendment. The 17th Amendment gives direct election to senators because before the 17th Amendment, senators were appointed. And guess what? The Senate is the one who really make the last call before it gets to the president in most cases about all laws. So for example, in my ethnic studies class right now, we talk about the death of Trayvon Martin. And we talk about Trayvon Martin, you have to also talk about stand your ground laws. These are things that's being accepted by the Senate, and that's where you got to care about this. We live in Georgia, right? Yes, no? Last year, Georgia elected its first ever black senator. Georgia has been founded since the 1600s. Georgia didn't even have a black senator in Reconstruction. Mississippi did, not Georgia. That says something. I'm not talking bad about Mississippi. That's where my mama from, but I kind of am at the same time. All right. 18th Amendment. Does anybody know what the 18th Amendment was? It's something y'all can't do yet, legally at least. Drinking, yeah. That's prohibition. So the 18th Amendment ended all prohibition, meaning they can no longer drink. And then they passed the 21st Amendment to repeal it, saying, y'all go ahead and drink. So the 18th Amendment was prohibition, saying the stopping of alcohol sales. But then you came back with the 21st Amendment, which said, okay, y'all can drink again.
So, wasn't prohibition kind of like a little of how drugs kind of work this way? The sale is illegal, but if you possess it.
Yeah, I am really waiting to see what's gonna happen with marijuana federally because it's the way marijuana is looking right now, as far as weed in the United States, is looking very much like prohibition was. Eventually, they're gonna have to make an amendment for marijuana. But here's the problem: y'all know how many people in jail for marijuana sales? How can you rationalize making marijuana legal and not half, but a big portion of your jail system is filled with people that got monocross for marijuana? In theory, they're gonna have to let people go. You cannot be making money off of what you put people in jail for. Like it's not gonna be morally set right with a lot of people. Which is why, like, say California, they have legalized marijuana, but then they all start letting people out of jail because of that. because you're making multi-million dollars and you put these same people in jail for making. It's just you can't. So yeah, but that's also why the federal government is dragging its legs. All right. 19th Amendment did what? 19th did what? Women the right to vote now. Yes. So women now have the right to vote with the 19th Amendment. Now think about what I'm saying. We're now going to the 24th Amendment. And now we finally get an amendment that says the end of poll taxes. So the 24th Amendment was the end of poll taxes. So in other words, this now you finally got an amendment saying you ain't got to pay a tax to go vote. 24 is pretty long down the road since the Constitution was written. Has everybody got me on that? And this is pretty freaking recent I'm talking about too. Yes, sir.
I actually wonder when the whole thing of the mandatory draft started.
Mandatory draft started with Vietnam War. No. Yeah. Vietnam War. That's when we first used it. Was it World War I?
I think it was World War II.
World War II?
Yeah, there was no draft in World War I.
Okay. So it started with World War II, but then we really used it in the Vietnam War.
And then there's the whole thing of
Yeah, for all males and females, as soon as you want to get a driver license, you automatically have to register for armed services, which means you can be drafted. Just so you are clear, because I know some of y'all don't know that. I want to go drive. Yeah, don't be mad they don't want to draft you either. When you go ahead and get your driver's license, you have to register for the armed services, which means they can draft your butt into the military if they want to.
So you gotta register anyway, right?
Yeah, you have no choice.
But they make it convenient for you. They get you when you go to. Make sure you register those.
And like I said, the way they make it convenient, because we all want driver's license, but like Ms. Gary just said, you're gonna have to do it regardless. They're gonna find a way for you to do it. Like you won't be able to vote until you register for armed services. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how they got it. All right, 26th Amendment is now why 18-year-olds can vote. And the reason they did the 26th Amendment is because of the Vietnam War. How are you gonna send 18-year-olds over to fight a war, but they can't vote? Say what now? 26th Amendment gave 18-year-olds the right to vote. But the reason for that was because of the Vietnam War, because you had 18-year-olds going to fight a war in Vietnam that had no say in their government. So they changed the voting. They lowered the voting for now all males and females 18 years old. Y'all want to hear some good news now? You're for the most part done writing now. Okay? You guys are for the most part done writing. So good job. Anybody got any questions? All right, let's take a 5-minute break. All right, y'all. 5-minute break. I'm not telling virtual to go nowhere, but I am literally exhausted from saying all that a second time. Let's take 5 minutes. I know your hands gotta hurt too. So y'all need to go on social media, go take a TikTok video. I don't really care, but take 5 minutes, okay? Huh? No. No. Mm-mm. 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 Do I look like a person like opera? Okay, I don't like opera. I'm just gonna throw that out there. All right, we got about 4 more minutes, y'all. Yeah, you need to use the bathroom, please go ahead and do so. We just did that review. Whew.
Brazil is that 16 playing charity game, 18 to have to drink, and 18 to smoke. And we're not 50 is playing charity beer. Well, here's 7.
If I'm correct, some European countries you can vote at 16. Am I right?
I didn't hear nothing you just said. I literally just cut off for a couple minutes. What happened? What'd you ask me? What'd you ask me?
Now, we were talking about ages, you know, age majority or whatever, and I was wondering out loud, I think there's some European countries where they let you vote at 16.
Mm-hmm.